Hi everyone, welcome back to Birich Podcast. This is a Q&A session and a viewer has asked about Anand sir and how does he gather information and presence in a video. So the question is, Hi Vinod sir, thank you for clarifying all the questions in a comprehensive manner. I have a question. I am inspired by the way how Anand sir remembers and collects all information he read from books and articles. Can you please do a video on how to retain whatever we read from a book? There are hundreds of techniques on the internet, but I want to know simple technique, especially followed by Anand sir.
First of all, I'm not my brother, so there's a big difference between the way Anand does it and I do it.
Okay.
But the biggest advantage Anand has over me or any of us is he has tremendous memory. He reads something, he never forgets it.
Okay.
So that is an advantage which is very hard to replicate, but doesn't mean it's impossible. So that aside, whereas Anand get information, he reads all the time. And second thing is he's interested in what he's reading. If you're not interested in what you're doing, it's very hard to remember it. If I give you some random numbers and tell you to remember it, you might remember it for that moment. After 1 hour, I ask you, you won't remember it because you're not interested in remembering it. So first you have to develop a what you call love for the subject. And that's not about making money. Anand is not interested about making money. Anand is interested about how companies run, how economies run, how money works.
Okay.
So
That's his natural interest.
So natural interest is that. So he reads all books regarding history, world economies, world leaders, and he enjoys that. He's not thinking about how to make 2 rupees or make 100 rupees into 200 rupees. That you guys are trying to do that. He's not. So that's a big difference here. A lot of you are thinking Anand is sitting and doing that. He's not. So he reads in a different mindset. So you have to change the mindset you read. You have to enjoy the subject and be driven by that. Then of course the sources of information. Anand has reliable Indian sources which he says are Business Standard, Mint, okay, and Hindu Business. These are all reliable sources for him in India. Then outside India, if you're looking at it, he'll look at The Economist. He looks at
Maybe Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, Wall Street Journal. He looks at what's the other one? Bloomberg.
Times.
He looks at Bloomberg, Financial Times.
Ken newspaper.
Yeah, but Ken is not a newspaper. It's more like a curated magazine.
Okay.
But he reads a whole bunch of them. And he reads any article. He doesn't care if the article is written by right wing, left wing, central, anybody.
He just likes reading.
Yeah. And he doesn't form an opinion based on what he reads. He takes that information, he analyzes it, then he tries to understand it. That's why sometimes I'll take an article to him and say, hey, is this true? Is this right? And then immediately look at it and say, no, this is rubbish.
Okay.
Because those data points, what he's saying are wrong. Because he's read so much. You or me will not be able to do that. We read an article and say, Godrej Properties, must be
At
good.
that time we'll understand, but
Yeah,
after
and
we ask,
we get very influenced by that article. You read anything, you are very easily influenced. Anand doesn't get influenced like that. When he reads something, he doesn't get influenced. He just takes the data from it. Then he understands the data and he compares it to data which he already knows. And he sees what he says, is it right or wrong? You or me, when we read something, we're not like that. We get swayed by something. We get highly opinionated by something, which is very different. And even company, he's been tracking these companies he's talking about for years. He doesn't talk about a new company on these videos. If he's talking about a company specifically, he's been personally looking at that company for years.
Okay.
So out of that knowledge base, he talks. So that's why if you say some company is not spoken about, he'll say, I don't know. Lots of companies are there and he'll just say, I don't know. So that's why he doesn't sit and answer questions about specific companies and specific stocks because he doesn't know. So that's how he does it. I hope that gives clarity.
So how was the transformation? Because by graduation, Anand sir was an engineer.
That's what he studied, but he was always doing economics because my grandfather was an auditor.
Oh.
So that has been a big influence. All his life he's been reading about money, about economy, and he loves history. So he's been reading all this. Engineering he did because my father told him to study engineering. He studied engineering. Anand should not have been studying engineering. Anand could have done something in humanities. But back then that was the way we were. So he did engineering because my father told him to do engineering. It's not like he did engineering and he was a science student and suddenly he became economist. He's always had an economic leaning and history leaning, humanities leaning, and philosophy. So that's his base.
Okay.
Engineering is actually the odd thing out of his trajectory, if you see.
So how did this YouTube journey began?
YouTube journey began because my nephew Shashwat told Mama, you should also do YouTube.
Okay.
So we just did it out of fun. So me and Anand recorded videos and he threw it up. It was all Shashwat's doing that. You guys see Anand and all these channels doing all this This is all actually thanks to Shashwat. There you go. I hope this answers all your questions. If you have more questions regarding about Anand, sure, ask them away and we'll try and answer them. Or catch him in one of his events and ask him yourself.
So I hope that this video was informative and interesting, and you had some information about how Anand sir reads and processes the information and presents it in a video. So if you found this video informative and interesting, please like it and share it with your friends, and subscribe to this channel for more videos. So if you have any queries, please keep posting in the comments. We'll answer them in the upcoming videos. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in another episode with an interesting topic. See you soon.
Thank you.